Okay, so let's import our model into Maya. That's the next step now. So this is like the original file I used with the base mesh in there. So I don't think I would be needing this anymore. I will not be needing this anymore. So I can probably delete this because even this mesh does not even come with UVs. There are no UVs. There are no UVs for this. There are no UVs for this. If I should open the UV editor, you won't find any UVs in here. So that's why we created new UVs inside of ZBrush. So I will just, before I delete this, let me make sure my camera settings is all set. So perspective, shape. It's not set up correctly. So let's change this up to 85. Yeah, this should be better now. So let's delete this. Then import. I don't think I'll be importing the hairs for now. I shouldn't have exported the hairs, the base mesh for the hair yet, because I would like to kind of pose the character later on after we're done with texturing. So Z exports. So let's import everything that has to do with the character except for the hair. No, I won't be importing the mustache, eyes outer, shirt button, shoe hole, shoe, top center hair, no, top side hair, no, body wristwatch. So let's just drag and drop this in here. Okay. So now let's check for if there's any mesh that has back facing in there. Just make sure there's no back facing faces in here. Okay. I can't even really see the mesh properly. It's just all graded out. Now I'm not too sure if, don't know if this parts, if I probably need more poly count for the garments. Maybe use an higher poly count for the garments, maybe. Not absolutely sure yet though. Because if in here, if I should think it's just be too high, selecting this mesh and I go to subdivision level 2 for this, you have this at 48k. 48k. Not entirely sure if I'll need this though. Because this is just pretty high, like pretty high. maybe as a final, maybe as final render, maybe that should be, well, I think it's still fairly okay like this. So, but anyways, it won't really matter that much. We can always use any other subdivision level we have, as long as we have some textures in there. So it won't be too much of an issue. One thing I would like to do though, let me select this. Oh yeah, now I see an issue. The glasses has flipped normals. The normals and the glasses are flipped. Let's check other parts just to be sure. Not sure if this is flipped though. Just need to make sure. This one is definitely flipped. So let's start with this. The normals for these are flipped. You can see inside of it is original mesh, original shading. So we will need to fix this. So I'm going to face mode, double click on this to select the entire faces of that mesh. Do the same for this glass also. Okay, so let's just do face normals, reverse normals. You can see all good now. This is fine now. But we don't want to bake something that is not flipped correctly. Yeah, all white now. It should be fine. Let me hide this for now. Let's review this. Let me hide this also. Okay, this one is correct. There's no issue in here. Let's bring back the glass. Now the reviews are not properly oriented, so that we'll need to fix. Let's see. The shoelace, let's see. Are they flipped? Let's see. Let's check inside of this. Okay, this one is all good. This is all good. This is all good. As long as we are seeing black inside, that means everything is working correctly as it should. Yeah, black inside, so that's all good. This is a very important part of the process. So also that when we bake, we won't be having our bake normals in the inner parts instead of the outer parts. Let me hide this and check this out. Okay, working correctly. Fine, that's fine. Okay, just have to check everything and make sure everything is working correctly as it should. Looking at this now, I feel like I should use a much higher poly count for the head. So let me just, this bright material is just all over the place. So let's apply a bling material to it. The more darker shade to it. Something pretty much like this should feel a lot better. Yeah, I think I'm going to be using a higher poly count for this mesh instead for rendering. Same with the body. I'm going to use an higher poly count for it. Trousers looks pretty much fine. Yeah, everything looks just fine. This we can definitely work with. Except putting the UVs, fixing these UVs where this seam line should be. This zebra did a very good job for putting the UVs on the seam lines, which is actually very cool. So we might not need to do so much work in there per se. Okay. UV is also in the right place here. Right. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to be working our way from the top to the bottom, correcting UVs and then fixing some other issues that we might see. So we kind of get proper oriented UVs that should work for our use. Right. So what do we have here? So let's start with the body. UV toolkits. So let me isolate this and collapse this outline now. Okay. Now there are a lot of box-like structures around this, so I need to do quite a lot of fixing in here. It's just to have something a bit neater. Just to have something a bit neater around this. So let's select this UV shell. Trying to avoid starting these UVs all over again from scratch. Now the center parts. Where do I have a UV in the center parts? Oh, probably because I turned on symmetry. Okay. So go to edge, start selecting this edge. Should probably turn on symmetry on this. Hold shift and selecting all these parts. Let me undo one step, then select this. Now we have just sharp highlights. Okay. Let me continue this on here. Okay. Get this also. So let's open this hotspot and fold. Okay, so I click on cut. Let's find where those seams are. So I'll click on fold for this. Uh, Looking at this now, I just feel like I might need to. I just need to. Okay, let's just carry on. I don't start all over again. Let's just carry on. So let's select this UV in here, this UV shell in here. So let's move them out. Yes, also let's get the head out of this also. Okay, UV shell, great. I think I might just have to do this all over again, because doing this way is going to take a whole lot of time. A whole lot of time. Let's just see what we can salvage in here. If probably we can avoid doing that from scratch again. So selecting these edges, I'll do a stitch together. Okay, that fixed it. Do stitch together. Okay. Select these edges. Please stitch together. Stitch together. Please stitch together. We don't know why there's a seam line here though. Let me select this. Go down, double click. Let's do a stitch together. Maybe you might just be able to avoid doing this from scratch again. So select this face UVs now, the shell. Click on fold. Think we can move this out now. Why is it still attached to this other part? Thought we had this detached already. Or fold. Okay, this is a separate piece. Let's do a stitch together. Okay. Select this piece and this piece. Stitch together. Select this piece. Do I need to do a stitch? I'm not sure if I need to do a stitch together for this. Unfold. Let's try and get this. Okay, we have some connecting parts now. Let's figure out where that is. So I can just move this out without having to move. Okay. Great. Now you just keep pulling some other parts out. You know what? Guess I might just have to start this all over again because this is just going to be a whole lot of work. So I'm going to do this instead. I'll do a duplicate of this body. Let's duplicate. Why is the name so different? Let me name this to Vijay again. Okay. So let's just work with this. So sadly, I have to delete the entire thing. Though the thing is that this UV is actually going to work properly. They are completely fine. But I would like to kind of make it a bit neater, at least on the edges. Try to make them a bit neater. That's just the obsession here. If you prefer to use the UVs we've made, the original one from Zebra, that's completely fine. You definitely have no issues. There will be no issues. Only that, just for presentation purposes, just make it a bit neater. I like to kind of make this edges a bit cleaner. So that's why I'm actually starting all over again. So that's just the idea for starting all over again. So let me delete all of this. Let's start from the drawing board. So select all these faces. Under create, let me do front facing like this. So let's do camera base. Okay. So then I'm going to let me zoom in a bit more. So edge mode. Though we won't be able to escape not having like some red edges around this, but at the very least, let's at least get something a bit cleaner. So select this. I'm kind of cut out the neck out of this. So double click just to get a loop around this. Then I'll do a cut. Then I can move the head one side. So we can actually focus on the head in here now. Up. Let's shift this way and put the head inside our UV 0 to 1 space instead. So in here now, let's capture the face. Let's see if we can get the face out of this. So starting from here, Let's get the face out of this. Let me deselect this piece. Then we'll go around just to get the face out of this. Let me undo. Go this way instead. You undo that, undo that. Let's go across like so. Double click to get, oops, that's made a weird selection around this. Let's just continue on like so manually. I think all the way here seems fine. We can do a cut and get the face out of this like so. That should be fine. So let's get the neck out of this. Edge mode. So now you can see where the UVs are, so that's completely fine. That's precisely what we want. So now let's get the neck. Let's get the neck part out of this. So I'm guessing I'll do something from around here like so. Something like this. This part of the neck is going to be slightly messy, but that's completely fine. So get this, select this, select this, select this, select this. Somewhere around here, like this should be fine. Then I'm going to do a cut. So now we have the neck now, a bit separated out now, like so. If you have better edge flow, then you should have a better job on the edges, but this is completely fine. It won't be so much of an issue. So now we have this scalp now with some part of the hair. So selecting the hair, let's get the hair out of this. So I'll select something like so. That goes like a loop around this. Something. Let's just get a bit extra. Okay, all the way here. Something like this should be fine. I'll click cut. Now we can select this cap out of this, like out of this mix like so. So I think now we can easily unfold and then we can begin to check and then make sure there isn't so much of stretching in here. So let's start with the face. So I would unfold the face now. Unfold. So we have the face now. Let's check if there's any deformation in here. UV distortion. Yeah, this came out quite nicely. Except for the lip part, the inner part of the lip. The inner part of the lip shouldn't be so much of an issue though, but let's just cut something in there. So I'll go to edge mode. So this should be the inner part of the lips. Let me turn off this UV unwrapping off. This UV distortion off. Collapse this. Let's have some more space around here. Then I can just double click to get the, oh, okay. Now this part is out. No. I don't want an entire loop, so undo that loop. Let's just select this manually all the way here. So that should just be for the inner part of the lips. Like the inner part is not completely visible around here. You just for the inner part. You can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it inside here. It's actually inside here, sitting here now. So I'll just do a cut. Select this and unfold again. So that should kind of open that up and then release the tension. So that should kind of release the tension a bit more. So the tension I've kind of reduced now, which feels a lot better. I'm going to do the same thing also for the nose, but it's going to be for the inner part of the nose. That's not going to be extremely visible. So we can get something a bit neater in there. So let me turn this UV distortion off. So I'm going to be doing it from this edge. So I'll double click. That should kind of create an edge loop around it. You can see the edge loop around it in the inner part of the nose. So since we're working symmetrically, so that's fine. So let's just do okay, no, let's hold control and deselect one edge. Just one edge, because I don't want this to completely cut out. So let's move one edge, then we can do a cut. Select this entire thing and do an unfold. So we should have a bit, so that should kind of reduce the tension a bit more. We should have the tension reduced a bit more. Okay. Yeah, I think this should work. I don't want to completely kind of create seam lines that will be visible on this frontal part of the nose though. Trying to avoid that as much as possible. You know what? Let's completely cut out this nose. Let's see what that gives us. Select the face also unfold. Okay, that actually makes a whole lot difference though. That makes a whole lot of difference by reducing the tension even more. Yeah, that should be fine. So I've completed the face. Face looks fine. Select this scalp now, unfold. Make sure we kind of get the orientation better in here. Let's get better orientation. Select the ear. I think I'm going to do a bit of an extra work for the ear. A bit of an extra work on the ear. But let's first of all let's unfold. Let's see what that gives us when we unfold. So we have some tension here. As I imagine, there will be some tension here. So a much easier way to kind of fix this is to, let's go out of this. To probably add a cut around this. So I'm going to have a cut like so. Undo that step. You kind of get the cuts around this like so. But I'm not going to be cutting this all the way to the end though. Maybe something that stops around here should be fine for now. So I'll do a cut. Select this, unfold. I'm not too sure about this though. Maybe I went way too far. Let's stitch. Let's get this stitched back all the way here. So stitch together. Oh no. make sure I'm not selecting something somewhere else. Okay. For me, I'll just double click in here, select the loop around there, stitch together. Okay, that's fine now. Let's do an unfold. Yeah, that reduced the tension. That definitely reduced the tension. But the orientation feels a bit weird now. So let's turn off symmetry for now. Let's get better orientation like so. Okay. This is fine. Yeah, that seems fine. So for the neck part now, so I'm just going to add the UVs at the back, the seam cuts at the back. So from here all the way here, add the cuts, select, unfold. Let's just do an orient for this. Orient, something like this. Now we have this. Now we have the head. We have the head part in there now. That's fine. Let's select all of this and then just do a layout. Okay, almost done. Okay, okay, that looks fine. If we should check a pattern in here, we're having something like this, which is this nose. There's going to be some issues on this nose. So the space in here is just way too wide. It's just way too wide. I guess I need to do some extra work on that nose. Let's see what we can do in here. Edge select. So I'm going to get, let me see if we can turn on symmetry for this. Let's get something like so. Maybe somewhere all the way here. And I'll do a cut. Do an unfold. Now that is why do we have holes in here? There were no holes in there before. That's pretty weird. So let's just stitch this back. Let me kind of figure out where they're selected. Stitch together. Strange. I think it's because I have this turned on, this symmetry turned on. That's why I'm having that weird issue selecting other edges that don't necessarily need to be selected. Let's just stitch this together. Unfold. Let's check this again. We still have that weird redness in there. Okay, let's continue this on. Let's see. We need to fix that, very important. Let's make sure all that things are not selected. So let's do a cut, select, unfold. I'm not sure this might be the best way of doing things though, but let's see what we have in there. No, this won't work. It's still showing red. So, more preferable way to fix this would be to completely cut out the nose out of this piece. So let's just stitch this together. So let's stitch this back together, stitch together, unfold. So a more preferable way to go about doing this is to completely exclude the nose, out of this piece. So we're going to let's get this nose out. So let's go across this and get the nose out of this. Let's get this as far out as in here. Okay, then we'll do a cut. Yeah, let's get that nose piece out. Great, and I have this issue here again, so let's go manually fix that. So stitch together. Great. Just manually select this. Stitch together. Yes, creating you is a whole lot of work, but that's fine. I'm sure you guys are learning one or two things in here as we are doing this. Yeah, this one we have to completely cut on the edge. So cut. So unfold. Select, unfold. So you can see how we kind of fixed that, at least less tension now. Maybe add the cut in it, maybe add the cut all the way here. So still have some redness. Though this redness won't be so much of an issue though. Shouldn't be so much of an issue, I believe. But if you still want to add some cuts in there, you can. That's completely fine, but I don't think I would be doing that. I don't have too many cuts all over the place, so select all of this. This is just the orientation is just weird for this. Let me. Okay, symmetry is done. Then let's see what that does when we kind of do a layout for all of this. We still have a long way to go for these UVs, but that's completely fine. We'll just keep working on it until we get good result out of this. Okay. Let's turn this off for now. Checker pattern, yeah, we have something a bit better now. Yeah, this should be fine. So you can safely say we are done with the edge. Now let's keep going down. This might take a while. Probably I should kind of stop this video for now for creating UVs for the head. So at least we can have a particular section dedicated to created UVs for just the head alone. So in the next lesson we'll just carry on and then keep creating UVs for various parts. I think I'm going to be naming them separately so that at least when you kind of do a search for this, for content like this, you have a good result to kind of watch just that specific section of it.